we're gonna be locked up like wild animals and then trotted out to perform for a bunch of lowbrow, bug-eyed, fat-headed, humor-challenged aliens.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, what's up, Doc? So I just saw Space Jam: A New Legacy, and it was decent. So Space Jam: A New Legacy is the sequel to the 1996 film Space Jam, a film where Michael Jordan teams up with the Looney Tunes to play a basketball game against some aliens. Now, first thing I want to say is that the first Space Jam isn't a great movie by any means, but I love it anyway because of nostalgia. 25 years later, we're finally having a sequel, now starring LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Now, I've really been looking forward to this, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's start with the story. Basically, we have an exaggerated version of LeBron James who wants his son Dom to be a pro basketball player. Dom is more into video game design and he doesn't want to play basketball on a professional level like his dad. We also have the villain of the film, Reveiw, played by Don Cheadle. He's basically the AI of the Warner Brothers system and he's sick and tired of not being recognized by everyone. So he kidnaps LeBron James and his son so he can play against them in a basketball game. So in order to save his son, LeBron teams up with Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes to play against Reveiw and his team, the Goon Squad. So overall, it's an okay premise. You know, it's more of a father-son story this time, which is nice. And because this film is set in the Warner Brothers serververse, that's what they call it, that means we get to see a lot of Warner Brothers worlds and characters. The whole world jumping all happens in the first half of the movie, and it's basically what you expect, you know. It's basically to get the audience to go, "What?" But that's just the first half of the film. They actually dedicate the whole second half of the movie to the basketball game. In my opinion, that's the highlight of the movie because of how creative and loony it is. But I guess Warner Brothers just couldn't help themselves because they also slap in all these Warner Brothers characters in the audience. So, you know, just in case if the viewers aren't interested in the film, they can at least go, "What?" But it's not even the whole Warner Brothers references and cameos that I didn't like about the story. The one thing that bothers me about this plot is that a lot of the story beats are stuff that we've seen done countless times before. When LeBron meets Bugs Bunny in the Looney Tunes world, Bugs is the only one there because all of his friends went off to the other worlds. So to Bugs, he really just wants his Looney Tunes friends back so they can have like another adventure together, which is literally the same plot as 2012's The Muppets. You also have Reveiw trying to be friends with LeBron's son Dom and actually tries to like have a relationship with him and, you know, get him to play against his dad. Sound familiar? Oh yeah, because the side plot is the exact same thing we've seen in Hook.
Now it's time to be whatever you want to be.
I still can't believe you made this by yourself, Dom. I mean, people need to see this. You're not just a prince, you're a wizard.
What?
So yeah, even though this film does bring some good ideas to the table, you know, like bringing a whole video game angle to it, the story just reeks of story beats that we've seen already. So let's talk about LeBron. So yeah, he's our new Michael Jordan for this movie, and yeah, sorry guys, but LeBron is no actor. I mean, his line delivery.
Oh snap, did Dad just come up with a dope idea?
What?
I mean, I knew it would be like this. I mean, the same thing happened with Michael Jordan in the first movie. I mean, Michael Jordan wasn't the best actor either.
What's going on here?
But at least LeBron is trying here, so it's whatever.
I'm a ball player. You know, an athlete's acting, that never goes well.
Reveiw, played by Cheadle, is also a highlight of this movie because of how over the top he is. Even though his motivations as a villain I thought was very dumb.
No one knows who I am or what I do. Today, it's my time to shine.
What?
In the end, I didn't really care because Cheadle brought some well-needed charisma to the table. Like, he really just didn't care, man. He just had so much fun with this role, and you can tell. As for the rest of the live-action cast, you know, like LeBron's family, you know, they were alright. I mean, they're actual actors, so when they're acting next to LeBron, it works in their favor because it makes them look better than they actually are. But yeah, they were fine. As for the voice cast for the Looney Tunes, they were also good. You have veteran Jeff Bergman coming back to voice Bugs Bunny, and other characters of course. But if I'm gonna be honest, I personally think they should have given the reins to the newcomer, Eric Bauza. He voices Daffy in this movie as well as some other characters, but he really should have voiced Bugs Bunny as well. He does actually voice Bugs Bunny in the new Looney Tunes show on HBO Max, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually think right now Eric's Bugs Bunny is better than Jeff's. Not that Jeff is bad by any means, I mean he did a good job in this film, but I don't know, I just think Eric brings more energy to the role than Jeff.
So, you want me, a talking cartoon bunny, to play with you, an NBA superstar, in a high-stakes basketball game?
I'm sure this nice homeowner won't mind sharing his pool with the local wildlife.
I don't know, you may disagree, but that's just me. Alright, we need to talk about Lola, because there's been this whole controversy about her. The director, Malcolm D. Lee, thought Lola was way too sexualized in the first movie, so they significantly desexualized her in this film. And yeah, that made everyone mad on Twitter. They even changed the voice to Zendaya now. Okay, so for me, I honestly don't really care. I was more worried about Zendaya voicing rather than the whole desexualization thing. But after seeing the film, she actually did a good job, and I got used to it pretty quickly. So yeah, I didn't really have a problem with Lola in this film. As for everything else, the 2D animation is really good, man. Like, it's so good to see 2D animation again in a film. But of course, it's 2021, so the compromise is you gotta CGI it up as well. While I prefer 2D any day, the CGI for the characters actually wasn't that bad. In fact, it was actually pretty decent. In fact, for the most part, the visual effects were pretty good, besides a few things here and there, but it was mostly good. The music was also pretty good as well. You know, it's nothing like the epic soundtrack of the first movie. I mean, the soundtrack to the first movie is iconic, but yeah, the music here was alright. I wish they did use a little bit more music from the original soundtrack, but it is how it is. But yeah, overall guys, it was a decent follow-up to Space Jam. Thinking about it now, this film really is a product of today. Like, just like how the original Space Jam was such a product of its time, by how 90s it was.
Not Charles Barkley.
Sing it
It's a
out.
wannabe who looks like him. Break out. Shouldn't even be here. Be gone. Wannabe?
Space Jam: A New Legacy is such a 2021 film, with all these ideas of video games, different universes, nostalgia baiting and pop culture meme references. I mean, like, guys, there's literally a scene where they just stop the basketball game so Porky Pig can have a rap battle.
I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's a number. Psych! That's the wrong number!
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Space Jam: A New Legacy. Again, it's nothing great, but I had a decent time with it. Make sure you guys follow me on Letterboxd to see my thoughts on other stuff that I watch, link in the description. And if you're interested in filmmaking yourself, consider joining the online filmmaking course, Tomorrow's Filmmakers. You sign up using my link in the description, it can also help me as well. So yeah, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Have a good day, and God bless.